I promised an interesting series, and now you have seen 3. Behind me is a 4th one, but with this house tour, I'll be introducing you to a couple who've built this cabin by themselves. Just 2 people built this home.
So my name is Alan Munene. I'm a wood and metal worker by profession and a tiny lifer.
And I'm Elizabeth Kilonzo. I am an advocate by profession, but generally I'm a free spirit.
If you are into gardening, recycling, and sustainable practices, then this episode is for you. You will see how this couple will lighten up when they start talking about farming, recycling, and just eco-friendly solutions. In this episode, we get to dive deeper into sustainability by looking at simple ways of living your day-to-day life in a way that makes this whole lifestyle around alternative living, off-grid living, and sustainable living make sense. This couple has mastered the art of recycling and waste management on site. They get to share with us their experience and their tricks around first, building sustainably, second, recycling of both plastics and whatever waste they create on site. So first, they'll tell us about their building process and also share about their organic waste management system.
So this is our tiny cabin. We've been here for, I think, 2 years.
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 years. And we built it from, I'd say, from scratch, apart from a few things that we'll be showing you in a few. Yeah, and it's been our home ever since.
How has it been living there?
It's been nice. I'd say it's the best.
Is it the best decision you think you've made since you became adults?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'd say,
it
yeah. Because
It's the
it's
best decision.
yeah, it's better than most of the other spaces we've lived in, both rental and I'd say home here. It's a very cozy house and easy to work with and very manageable.
I know this is an intentional decision you chose. Did you take time to really think about it? Was it out of need or you intentionally chose to live sustainably?
I'd say it was all of the above, but mostly it was a need at the time we were moving here. But it's something we've always wanted to try, and it's been on the back of our minds for some time. And when we met Steve, the idea actually came to life, and we had a chance to make something of our own, and own it.
Okay.
So the house is mainly a wooden house sitting on stilts.
Yeah.
And we did a frame out of cypress of 2x2s, then cladded it with planks. That's, I think, 6 ones, but we split them into half so that we could use less. Yeah, you can actually see. So the design is an inspiration from stuff we've been watching as kids. Growing up, mostly in the US, they usually build the houses like that. Yeah, and the inside is clad with plywood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, majorly material, is it cypress you've used all through?
Yeah. Mostly for the frame and the outside cladding, it's cypress. For the poles, we used eucalyptus. These are actually treated, and we get them locally from Nanyuki. Yeah, and everything else, we also have offcuts. We love collecting these because they're usually very cheap from the timber yards. Yeah, and just playing around with everything else. Yeah. So initially there was a concrete structure. This is 8x8. It was made initially by Steve. It was supposed to be housing the person now was overlooking the property, and there was an outhouse also made out of concrete. So we came and wrapped around now the wooden bit of the cabin around these two, making it a house. So the concrete 8x8 structure became our bedroom, and the outhouse obviously became the toilet and the bathroom. Then now the center space, we also have a small kitchenette on the corner, and the middle part is more of the living room. We have the fridge there and everything else. Yeah, and sadly at this time you guys can't see inside, but anytime you book Morana, you can actually like come and we can give you the story. For the windows, these are actually, I think, from the 70s, and we managed to salvage them and use them now as a bedroom window and install the window panes and framing for the same.
What material was it?
This was wood, I'd say red cedar.
Red cedar.
Yeah, this was red cedar. So we painted something just on top to make it look a bit clean, but not so new. We also wanted to have the old kind of finish, on it. Yeah, it's actually interesting because we didn't buy anything in terms of windows and doors.
And doors.
Yeah, we just like used what we had at the moment. Yeah.
At some point in your back photos, I saw you did a polythene before you did the slats.
Tell
me about that.
So that was majorly for insulation, and it helped because with most of the outside cladding, you can see it's not usually like doesn't like really close the gaps. So we had to have something lining on the inside, and also before we install the inside
Plywood.
cladding, we also like added another film of polythene. And if your budget allows, you can actually also include what do they call it?
Is it the styrofoam?
Insulations, yeah.
Yes,
you can have the styrofoam. It will really help with wooden houses because it retains a lot of heat on the inside. Yeah, you will find that with a wooden house, at times you lose a lot of heat. But if you insulate properly, like you'll have the heat like not leaving the house. Whether you're cooking, whether you have a wood burner, yeah, you'll retain most of the heat in the house. You are kind of merging, I think, three, I would say, three elements. Yeah, so on some beats we had to use iron sheet because it's very flexible. Yeah, and the iron sheets actually came in very handy. Yeah.
I see an outlet. Is that a wood burner?
Yes. So after a few months, we realized that the house was actually cold. You can see it's under a tree.
Yes.
And we usually prefer building around nature rather than changing the whole, I'd say, the environment around the house. So we got to thinking and realized there are clay chimneys that usually people buy, and they're usually used as heating elements for outdoors. So we bought one, I think it was 1500.
Yeah, it was 1500.
Yeah, 1500. Went to Juakali, had the guys make us the shoots for around, I think, 1500. Yeah, and we have a wood burner in the house now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The house is very warm. When the fire is not on, of course it's cold. Yeah, but once we set the fire, the house becomes very warm and comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about this space. I see it feels like it has a story.
It does have a story.
Tell me.
Actually, this is the deck.
Yes.
And it actually took us long before we decided on how exactly we wanted it to look like.
Yes.
So for the better part of, say, the first 6 months, there was nothing. It was literally just sand and everything. And then we realized you can actually use marine boards because one, they're waterproof, and two, I think they look good. They're neat, they're tidy, neat, and they're sturdy. You can actually feel it when you stand here. And then for the chairs, like this sofa, it's what we were using before we moved here. It was one of our sofas in the previous house, the apartment. And then the interesting bit is this table, which was actually firewood. I think we bought it at 100 shillings.
Yeah,
they were selling it as firewood, but we saw it would make something better. So we made a table out of it. And all around us, it's just plants because I love plants. Yeah, so that's all you can see. And for the chairs, I got them from home. Yeah, because my dad was also into such kind of furniture. not the living per se, but he was into such kind of furniture. Yeah, so I got this from home. And you can also see we like recycling a lot. So for most of the plants, we recycle. For the plant pots, we usually recycle the water bottles. And if you want it to look good, you can always spray it with paint.
That opens up the conversation around sustainability. Tell me about your sustainability practices.
Yeah, so we try as much as we can to recycle anything that we don't really need in the house. That's for mostly the plastics. We usually do use them as either flower pots. We also give them out to people who sell milk and paraffin in town. They love using them. But for the bigger bottles, the water bottles, we usually use them now, as she was saying, as planters.
Okay.
Yeah. Then for our green waste or the kitchen waste, we usually make compost out of it. It is a bit more sustainable and easier for you instead of having to throw out everything all the time. So for composting, we have two bits. We have a vermi compost or a worm bin. We got them from drum. Yeah.
Worms in shake.
Yeah.
You can see inside.
So a worm bin normally comprises of two things. We have the carbons, which are usually your browns or the dry matter, and your greens, which are mainly vegetables or stuff you get from the kitchen, and the worms feed on it. And after they feed on them, they make fertilizer for you. Yeah, so these are red wigglers.
Kwani zimezaana?
Yeah, they actually reproduce like a lot very fast. Yeah, so we got this from Planet Worms, even the beans. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
And they do a lot of work because
they are
we've been
busy.
filling E-Kitu for like close to a year now.
Hizi ndo zile tunaitanga earthworms.
Yeah, but specifically using the red wigglers.
Fanya
They
makosa
eat
uache.
twice their, they can eat twice their weight, I think, in a day.
Hawezi hawataki kushika.
Siwezi mind.
There's a baby over here.
So since at times they become like a lot in the bin,
Yeah.
I put some on the outer compost. Yeah. But they hate when you're using the worm bin.
Yes.
You're not supposed to put anything with onions, onions.
Oh,
they
onion.
don't like
garlic.
Yeah, and garlic. They don't like garlic.
Ginger.
I avoid the
The bin comes with the worms.
Yeah, so the bin comes with the worms, and once after every around 3 weeks, you can check your fertilizer.
Yes.
They usually call it worm tea, and it's usually very conk. So you usually use like 1 part of the fertilizer, you dilute it with 10 parts of water. Yeah, so it's highly sustainable, and I would like highly recommend it. Then we also do an open compost. Since the worm bin doesn't take like a lot of material from the kitchen, we decided to also have like try out an open like composting method. So it's mainly your browns again, the dry leaves after we rake the compound, and stuff from the kitchen. Now, as you can see, we have a few bananas here that have not mixed in yet. We usually leave them out like that for birds. So birds like fruits. They feed on them for like say a day or two. Then now after 2 days, I come and mix everything up. And as you keep on mixing, the heap goes down. That meaning that your compost now is ready to use, especially in the bottom, and the matter is also a bit finer to the touch. Yeah.
When you were showcasing the other one, I saw some wax. Is that part of what you
Yeah. So as I had said, I usually do wood and metal work.
Yeah.
So currently I have a project of building 10 chairs for a small cafe deep in the bush. Yeah, and I usually work from here when I can, and it's easier since it's closer to home. It's more like working from home kind of concept.
Does that mean you do only customized pieces?
Yeah, I only do custom pieces since I run a one-man workshop, and I prefer taking projects that are a bit more custom rather than the ordinary kind of things for people who want like a special touch to their products. Yeah.
I know, Liz, you have a garden.
I do have a garden. We have a garden. We have a garden.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not part of the garden, but this is the oldest plant we have. I'd say it's 5 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
You've been moving with it?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've been moving with it. And then most of these are gifts we usually get from our friends. We have a bit of mint. I don't know. I recently learned that there are different kinds of so this is one of them. I don't know which one it is, but it's a mint.
Yeah, fun fact: the pot is from, I think I got the pot in around 2005.
2005.
Yeah. So another interesting bit about tiny living, you will realize that most of the tiny lifers tend to be more of hoarders. But it's because like one day you'll get to use that piece somewhere. Yeah. So case and point.
Exhibit A. There. Yeah. So on this side, again, on recycling and repurposing and reusing, these are our old sufurias. And as you can see, they are serving very well as planters. Here we have baby rosemary. We are still trying to see if it will get somewhere. We have an avocado. This was a gift from one of the guests. They had told us that everywhere they go, they usually leave something, which is always a plant. So they left us this. And then we have
those
very
are
many
greens.
plants.
They're
climbers.
climbers
traditional
and also
greens.
traditional greens.
Yes.
Yeah, then this is cucumber.
We have cucumber over here. Yeah. And then on this side, we have very many things. These are tomatoes, but not yet there. A bit of berries, but I don't know what's going to happen. We're just trying. Currently we're just trying to see how it will go. But now, at least for the chilies, you can see.
Eating them now.
Yeah, we can start eating the chilies. They are doing well.
You also have dania.
Yes.
Yeah, we also have dania. So this was a project we were trying when the rains had started, but the rains were a bit much, so they didn't do so well. And a fun fact about the tomatoes, this is a second crop. We already harvested the first one, but they were planted by birds. Yeah, so the same birds we feed came and made their droppings.
Cherry tomatoes. They're cherry tomatoes.
They are wild cherry tomatoes.
Yes. We got this from Embu.
Yeah, these are also traditional greens. I'm forgetting the English name, but I'll tell you the name later. So we have also pruned most of them so that they can now sprout again. Then we have pumpkin and something they usually call kanyori. I don't know the English name, but mostly greens.
Yeah.
The famous, we actually moved with this avocado tree from the apartment we were living in.
You're growing an avocado tree in an apartment.
Yes, we were let me show you how we propagate the avocados. This is how it started.
I tried this hack and it didn't work for me.
You need to be very patient. It takes around 3 months or more. So you need to be very patient. As you can see, this one is on its way. Yeah. So that's the secret. You just need patience. When you're trying out working with avocados, you need to be very patient. Yeah. And then we also have, I don't know the name sadly, but I know this is a
citronella.
Oh, it's a citronella.
I've just showcased a citronella home.
This is
very
citronella.
And chases away
it's
mosquitoes.
A very good insecticide. It really works as an insecticide.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them we actually just found them here. So everything else we integrated it with what was already existing. And then we also repurposed the old tires from the car. And as you can see, they are serving also very well.
So here we've been doing a little bit of the planters. We want them to be off the ground. because the soil here is gets very clumpy. Yeah, so when you do raised beds, you can control the type of soil you have, so it's well draining. And again, the compost we get from the bins now comes into play here. Yeah. Yeah, so the plan is definitely to have our own space. As you know, like this is was more of a business like kind of arrangement, and it worked for both sides, so it was win-win. But we would want to also have like our own like place and set up another tiny home, better this time with a lot of things to play around with, the environment around it. Yeah, and also
And bring in farm animals. I want to have goats and
yes,
chicken and rabbits.
yeah, because they also help on sustainability.
Yeah.
Yeah, and would make actually work easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So for someone who wants to live tiny, what would you tell them?
Yeah.
Don't
Start.
don't overthink it.
Yeah, and don't complicate. I always tell people not to complicate their builds. Make it as easy as you can, then improve on it as you go on. Then the best bit about wood is you can always like turn it into something else. It's not like stone. I actually hate like concrete structures. Yeah, so for wood all the way, but with wood now you can change like a lot of things, like how the wooden bit wrapped around the structures is very interesting once you see the photos, because at some point we thought it wasn't like actually possible, but with wood now you can actually do anything.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of people actually ask what of termites, like it's Nanyuki, it's a dry area, they are prone to be termites. So what we did there is, you usually have I would call them insecticides that you can spray, and they usually protect you for say 2 to 3 years. And we sprayed a lot, or rather drenched the soil around the house a lot. So every 3 years you have to remember to like kind of redo it. But the stilts the house sits on are well treated, and so they are a bit not that prone to termites. Yeah. Then also having the house raised above the ground is also a very big advantage. And for anyone going now towards the tiny kind of house building, especially if it's wooden, I'd advise you do steel frame for the floor instead of doing it using cypress. And you can also, instead of using boards or timber, go for the marine board, then now have the timber on top of the marine board. Marine board is easy to get, and they are actually very cheap. Yeah. So also, as you're doing your tiny house projects, especially if you are first timers, you will come to realize a couple of things that we learned as the journey was ongoing. So one was to make sure you don't have like any openings on the house, especially after you put your roofing and the frames. You realize you usually have like tiny holes left somewhere on the build. And the challenge with that is mice. After doing some research, which we had actually to do a lot of research after, we realized that a tiny like mouse can fit through like a pencil hole. Yes.
Something very small.
Yeah, they are able to like kind of wiggle around and get into very tiny spaces and also crevices. So we resulted to getting spray foam. That was the easiest. So when you spray the foam, it kind of swells up and blocks the holes. Yeah. So, and also we learned that mice are actually active from 2 a.m. to 4 p.m. So we would stay up from around 2 a.m. to 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. trying to see where they are coming in and where they are leaving, so that now during the day you can come and
Block
zibar the holes.
the entries and the exits.
Yeah. Then second, you need a lot of ventilation. Yeah, because without ventilation with wood, you start getting a lot of mold in the house. Yeah, so we improvised, and after some time we started having now very good airflow inside the house. Yeah, and we got rid of the mold.
Thank you so much for having me.
Karibu.
For sharing your home with me.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
you.
We are happy.
Karibu
We are
sana.
happy to
And
have you.
another fun fact, we did it in 3 weeks.
Ah, yes,
Just
I forgot.
Just the two of us.
Just the 2 of us
You
in
see?
3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, it
You
was 3
also
weeks.
mentioned she welds.
Yeah, she wells. I trained. I am self-taught. I started in 2020, and it was an interesting journey. And after we met, she also wanted like to learn a few things about woodworking and metalwork.
Curiosity.
Yeah, and she welds. After when we were doing the roofing, she was there like handing out the
The
iron
iron
sheets.
sheets.
Yeah, and doing also a few other things.
I designed the deck.
Yeah, and she
Yes.
I
designed.
also know you do deco. So show me one deco piece you've done.
One deco piece of
Yes,
done.
just one.
Just one. You can start with this.
Yeah. That's yours. That's Alan.
That's me.
Okay.
So I love collecting. And I don't want to call them antiques because people still use CDs, but I love collecting beautiful things. And all of these were my dad's, the CDs. He was a very good collector of good music. So I decided, in honor of him, I put them somewhere. So I ended up creating this.
What's your favorite CD there?
My favorite CD is the one by Lady Blacksmith Mambazo. I don't know if you know about Lady Blacksmith Mambazo. It's a South African band. Yes.
Alan, do you
In
have
the
a favorite?
jungle.
Yeah,
mighty
the
jungle.
pure
Yes,
country.
I've heard.
Yes.
Now that yes.
Yeah, that's Lady
We actually,
Blacksmith
I think,
Mambazo.
played this
Yeah.
the first time we met, camping in
Camping.
Bear, the pure country.
So
This
that
is,
holds a really special place in your heart.
yes,
Nice.
very, very. Yeah, so this is one of my pieces.
Nice. Would
I
you
don't
sell
have
that?
this
Someone
specific
asks.
one.
Yes. Okay.
I'll make you one. But I can't. Yeah, I can't sell this specific one, but I can make you one if you don't want one.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have somewhere where you share your works when if someone wants a piece or wants to have a discussion with you guys, they can reach
Yeah.
you?
Mine is mainly an online workshop. I actually build stuff and ship to clients. I offer door-to-door shipping, and you can find us. My workshop is handy_Alan on Instagram, and hers is Bohemian Crafts, also on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay.
As I had previously mentioned, I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, but I currently work for a CBO. Goes by the name Kwetu Foundation. We deal with all matters health, trying to make sure that everyone who is healthy stays healthy, and anyone who is not healthy can get accessible healthcare services. So you can find us on Instagram at Kwetu Foundation. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Karibu.
Have a blessed one.
You too.
I don't know about you, but for me, I have learned a lot in this episode. For one, find a partner who appreciates and shares your values and principles. It makes life easier. It also makes living tiny easier. I have also learned that sustainable living, it's not just about the size of house you choose to build, but also how you use that house, how you manage the waste you will create in that house, because it's given that you will create at least some amount of waste. Don't just reduce your bills. Try to reduce your carbon footprint while at it. When you take care of your environment will also take care of you. And if you're a creative, try to make the world a better place through your creativity. And a pro tip for the ladies, find yourself a man who can build you a whole house by his own bare hands. You have to stick around for the next episode because I still have 4 more videos left for the Nanyuki series. See you next Saturday.